Okay, well, if any of you all have followed a post that I left back in February that seemed to be, that was, I guess, readdressed today when I woke up this morning, that's not necessarily the inspiration for the reason why I want to start a series of videos that I want to limit to about 5 minutes, but it contributes to me making that decision. How you doing? But yeah, like I said, I want to shoot a series of videos that are going to be about 5 minutes long. Purpose being is my desire for people to have a better understanding about Corey Jordan, my background and history, some of my influences in life, people, places, and things, some of my philosophies and ideas about the world and nature and spirituality and religion, relationships, also some plans that I have for the future, just so that people can gain a better understanding of me, because as much as I feel as though I don't actually owe it to people because I am an adult, I feel responsible and obligated to do so because I actually care about people's opinions. I care about it for the sake of their personal lives and their personal comfort and contentment with the relationships that they have. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't have a problem. Like, I'm comfortable and secure in my own skin. I'm comfortable with myself. I'm secure in who I am as a person. And I'm actually proud of who I've developed to be. And it didn't come from no one source. It all didn't even come from positive sources. But however it was attained, I was able to develop into the person that I am today, which is why I'm even leaving why I even have the desire to even leave these posts like I'm doing. Okay, one thing that I've noticed here recently is how, whereas I find leaving videos and posts on social media to be therapeutic for me because it allows me a platform that I'm able to have the attention of an audience as big as the entire world, because we know that the internet can reach people all around the world. But it's also it's therapeutic for me because it gives me an avenue to actually vent. It gives me an avenue to express myself. It gives me an avenue to socialize and interact with other people, diverse groups of people, different people with different philosophies and different theories about life and nature and religion and spirituality and things like that. But then it also it's fulfilling to me to be able to creatively express myself. I'm able to be creative, and like I say, I've been criticized in several different ways by several different people about how I've done that, because it's sometimes, in me being transparent or in how, in my creative expression, it might not always be the most flattering, it might not be the most flattering material or whatever that I'm delivering or whatnot. But the thing about me, one healthy thing that I'm aware of is how it's healthy for me, because I'm able to kind of get things out that I would typically bottle up, or that people may typically bottle up. So, and not only that, in my growth and development, and actually, I turned 30 years old in March 28th. I was born in 1985. And this year, I have felt myself go through a transition where I'm maturing a lot more than I used to. And I'm a lot more honest and realistic about myself, who I am, who I'm not. And sometimes in being mature, I might not make the best decisions every time. Sometimes I react off of impulse, because I say that I have OCD. And sometimes in reacting off of impulse, I have to say, oops, I made a mistake. But I can be honest with myself and others about, okay, I made a mistake. Let me retract that. Even if it might be a contradiction that might place me in compromising situations as far as my reputation and image with other people, but I can still be realistic and honest enough to say, hey, I made a mistake, I apologize, and I'm going to make efforts to try and not do that again in the future, or whatever it may be, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off right here, but you can stay tuned. I'm going to try to keep my thoughts and ideas as organized as I can, but I just want everybody to know that, man, this is a passion that I feel like I'm being called to do or compelled to do. I mean, you can view it, or you can label it however you want to, but I feel being called to say what I'm saying right now, more than just wanting to do it for my own pleasure or satisfaction, because I have a genuine concern for other people, and whether or not I place them intentionally in compromising situations with their with the interactions and the relationships that they have with other people. So, like I say, it's not so much as me and where I'm at, because I could easily say screw everybody's opinion, as long as the people that I care about and the people that directly affect the quality of my living and my lifestyle are okay with me and what I do or don't do. And that's very few people. It's not a lot of people that I really have that, are with me every day, or that benefit me, or that provide anything for me. But the people that do, I do focus more attention on them actually having a clear understanding about Corey Jordan and what I do or what I've done, rather than to just say, okay, well, I just did that, so what? Like it or not. But we all have to be more tolerant. We have to be more patient. We have to be more understanding. We have to be more open-minded to diversity, because everything that works for you might not work for somebody else. Some people like to exercise so that they can have a toned physique. Some don't. But we can all still benefit the world in our own unique ways. So we cannot afford to call anybody else or what they do insignificant. Of course, we got to use our discernment in that. We have to use maturity in that. We have to use wisdom in that. We have to be very selective, but we cannot be so closed-minded to place things in a box and say that this is the only way that things have to be. Because you cannot judge a book by its cover. You can look at a book, and it doesn't have to be fancy on the outside for it to have beneficial knowledge on the inside of it. But if we are going off of preconceived notions of what we believe to be politically correct, or whatever biases or cultural opinions we might have, man, we might miss out on something that could possibly, or that may have the potential to benefit us in the long run. But if we can get past those preconceived notions and cultural biases, then we can actually start to accept knowledge and several other things that could benefit ourselves, the world, and the people that our communities and society as a whole, man. And like I say, we just gotta open our minds, man, and start recognizing that we can learn things from everybody, and that every single person in this entire world can benefit the world in their own unique ways. Everybody has value. Stop focusing so much attention on the superficial things. Stop focusing so much attention on what people are doing in their personal lives and all of the negative habits that you may feel like they got. And start trying to look at some of the things that they can do to benefit. What can you do to help them if you see that they have a negative characteristic or something like that, a negative habit? What can you do to help them with a genuine concern so that you can make them better, so that they may be able to flourish and actually achieve their full potential? I hope that at least one of y'all are actually listening to what I'm saying right now, man, because this is something that has been on my heart. And as I've been, documenting stuff on social media, I've received a lot of different types of opinions. And like I say, when all is said and done, man, I have basically sacrificed myself for the sake of other people. People have been entertained at the expense of my own, in some cases, living situation or relationships and all of that stuff. But like I say, life goes on. So I have learned to live with that. I make a mistake, hey, I just pack up my bags and I keep on moving. I cannot cry over spilt milk. I can't afford to just lie in a bed of sorrow for the rest of my life. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to feel emotions just like any human does. So with that being said, I'm going to stop this video. It's way longer than what I intended for it to be. But I'm going to be back with y'all very shortly. So you can count on that, man. And like I say, man, I have to do this the way that I'm doing it, which is, I feel, to be tactfully and strategically, using my own discernment, just for the sake of other people, because I know that certain people, things have to be a certain way that they think is politically correct in order for them to be able to be receptive to information that might actually benefit themselves. So they actually deny themselves and shortchange themselves based on what they want things to look like or sound like. So with that being said, man, I'm gone. Like I say always, man, y'all love each other. Stop hating on each other, stop hating on me, and just be positive, man. Be positive, open-minded, realistic. I'm gone, man.